it happens within individuals and it happens between individuals as well. So, you know, if somebody comes to sit with me in counselling and they are really emotional, the first thing I teach them is how to travel.
Cool.
Would you like me to share that?
Yeah, you betcha, baby. Everybody's going, oh, what's this? What's this? Everybody wants to know now.
Yeah,
we've talked it up, honey.
Yeah. So, really, really important, okay, because you can really, your emotions will take you everywhere the human being is meant to experience. It will take you everywhere that the being can go to gain expansion, and that's what they're for. Even mostly, primarily, the more basic and the darker emotions, more adverse emotions, are really, if they're travelled well, are designed to expand you and expand your capabilities beyond your wildest dreams. So traveling in emotion is it's a multifaceted approach. I talk about awareness, compassion, and detachment used simultaneously. Okay, awareness is applying your consciousness, applying your mind, applying your heart and mind's eye. Yeah, applying the awareness of your being to the feeling that is apparent. Top of deck. I always say top card on the deck. Okay, if you are sad, start there. If you are angry, start there. If you're confused, start there. If you are numb, start there. That's where you start. Okay.
I love that. I love that you said numb, because some people don't think that's a feeling and would say, oh, I don't feel anything. And so what we do is we start there.
That's right, we start there. So, and you know, everybody uses different language, okay? Some people will say it's an energy. Some people will say it's an emotion. Some people will say it's a vibration. It's all semantic. It is what it is. It is energy. It is, your emotions are your energy. Yep. So wherever you start there. With your awareness, you take that awareness, that consciousness to that feeling in your body. Yeah. What usually happens is the person's brain goes haywire. Brain goes off. Okay, well, I hate this feeling. I don't like this feeling. I need to get out of this feeling. How do I shut this down? Oh, this means he's an asshole. This means she's da da da. This means da 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 da. This brain. La, 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 la. Shh. Quiet the mind. This is symptomatic of this. Okay, so just travel the feeling. Travel the feeling. The feeling will shift and change. If you sit with a feeling, you give your whole conscious heart to a feeling, what will happen is it will expand, it will give you all that it's got, and then it'll collapse. And then you'll find another feeling, possibly, or it may be if the more you tidy up your case, the more you experience feelings one at a time. The more case you've got, then your feelings will flow one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Because basically what this is designed to do is that you have learnt to feel the way you have. And so those feelings reoccur. And every time they reoccur, they give you an opportunity to clean that thread of upset out that may lead back through 3, 4, 5, little instances where, this pattern occurred in the past. So focus in your awareness. Then the next thing that I talk about is putting your heart underneath the energy. This is so profoundly important. It's absolutely critical that your sense of self-compassion is in the space. Yeah. The reason for that is twofold. Firstly, because everything that I do is about restoring love within the individual being, but it's also about restoring love between that being and every other being. So that compassion is the restorative energy that allows us to travel that thread. So now the other reason that the other way that I explain this, and it is really necessary, is that when you're facing an energy that's really adversive, confronting, yeah, a lot of the times those energies are habitual. Yeah, those energies can be habitual. I'd like to probably give a solid example. Okay, so here's a solid example. Lots of people experience abandonment issues. Okay,
that's a big one.
Yeah, it's huge for everybody. I think it's a fundamental confront for every human being, you know. But everybody experiences that. If going into abandonment is a habitual thing for you, it will present by when people do not buy into your control, you will feel abandoned.
I love that.
Yeah, when people are not buying your controls and you're not, and quite honestly, you know, control is one of those things that the more you use it, the more the universe will show you what you need to learn, and it will bring you the perfect opportunity to be triggered and to go into your stuff so that you can go home.
Yeah.
So these emotions are habitual, okay? Habits need to be interrupted, okay? If you have a habit of sucking your thumb, okay, you need to choose an incompatible behavior to interrupt that flow. Yeah, put a pair of gloves on, bind your hand, do whatever, okay? Doesn't matter what you do, it's where you come from when you do it that's going to make all the difference. You know, if a mother comes in and binds the child's hand so she can't comfort herself, that's going to be quite, you know, abusive, to be honest. However, if the child grows into an 18-year-old who's binding her hand and she decides for herself that she wants to break this habit, and she decides for herself to choose an incompatible behavior, then that's an act of love. That's a real act of love. So compassion is the incompatible behavior that you need when you are traveling your adverse emotions. So we've talked about awareness, we've talked about compassion. The next thing that is really important is detachment. And all of these three things work together. So detachment it's the knowledge, but it's the real understanding that you are not your emotions and you are not your thoughts. Yeah. You are a biochemical being, okay? Your cells communicate through a branched network of cells and pathways within your body, yeah? That neurochemistry is exactly that. It's an electrochemical composition, you know. That's what your emotions are. They are a biochemical cocktail that you are experiencing. It's not you, it's your experience. Fundamental difference. Yeah. You are the one observing that.